aka Indigo Sky, aka Trigger, ranking in this bitch. Oh, I gotta pull the classic piece out. The classic piece. What's going on, y'all? I'm about to do some reactions and stuff today. Waiting on my little soundboard to load up with my beats and my drops. So we're gonna start off with self talk. We gotta go over this again, bro.
In today's video, we got to talk about Stephen A. Smith taking a shot at Kwame Brown. Now, I was watching his podcast episode because he was talking about Gilbert Arenas being arrested. And we covered that on my YouTube channel twice already, right? So when Gilbert Arenas bonded out of jail for $50,000, as you guys can see right here in this post, and then that's when he had made this video post right here. And then Gilbert Arenas went to his home and he had went live talking about the situation. He was pretty much mocking the entire situation, laughing at everything, telling some jokes.
So again, y'all, we're going over this again, but look, bro. I'm like 6'9" on this. Y'all call 6'9" a snitch or whatever. 6'9" says some prophetic words. The only thing I'm scared of is God and the feds.
Well, how you put a little bit more butter on the biscuits? I think
And this stupid ass boy playing with the feds like they don't have no type of pull to get you up out of here, bro. And on top of that, if you don't go to the feds and you tell, you might get wrapped up with the Israeli mafia. So I don't know what to tell this boy, but let's listen to the stupidity.
I seen a little something. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm about to snitch for sure.
So I guess Stephen A. Smith caught wind of those clips and he had sent Gilbert Arenas a warning saying that this is not a laughing matter. You are a man that has a lot of sponsors. And he was bigging up Gil's Arena and being a guy that knows his basketball. And yeah, man, Stephen A. Smith was very passionate to call out Gilbert Arenas for making jokes and laughing about the entire situation, saying that, you know, when the feds are coming for you, it's not a laughing matter.
Hey, bro, anytime y'all get locked up, it's a serious matter. Even if it's a misdemeanor, it ain't that serious. But you get locked up by the feds, bro, you gonna have an issue, bit. What's up? What is it? Sadie or I don't know. 11. What's up? I just said 11. What's up?
So let's check out a little bit of
Hey man,
that.
hey, check
because
this out. Wherever y'all coming in from, y'all hit the like button. Y'all tell me where y'all tapping in from. Y'all also let me know what city, state, providence, or even country you tapping in from. How y'all doing? If y'all want to talk about something in the chat, we also could do that too. So drop your comments and let's get it.
in that same breath, he had
Right
to
now,
shot at Kwame
we
Brown,
reacting
and I
to
don't
a
think a lot of
self-talk.
people peep that. But let's check out this clip.
Right now, we reacting to a self-talk video. Self-talk. Y'all go check out self-talk and Kwame Brown.
Stephen A. Smith sending Gilbert Arenas a stern warning about mocking the feds. Let's check out the clip right here.
My brother, I don't want to see you in jail.
What's up? What's up? Y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that like button.
It's
Now
not
run
a
them up
good
for me.
look.
Run
It's
them
nothing
up
to
for me.
laugh about. It's
We
nothing
trying to get to
joke
100
around
likes
about
on
and think
this.
it's funny. When the feds
at
come,
least 100.
raiding your home. I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear about anything like that. I can assure you, anybody that wants to do business with you, and I'm one of those people, ESPN, Underdog, a whole bunch of sponsors and advertisers, we don't want to see that. Anybody that knows anything about you and your knowledge of the game and your ability to articulate and deliver your positions, my brother, you are a special talent. We don't want to see that. And the reason why I felt compelled to come on the airwaves and address you directly is because I want to remind you of what really, really got you in trouble in the NBA to begin with. Remember that years ago? With Javaris Creditor, remember all of that? With the guns in the locker room, remember all of that? Remember all of that happened?
What's up? What's up?
And you remember what really got you in trouble
doing?
thereafter, because as bad of a look as that was, and as much as former Commissioner David Stern and others were ready to bring the heavy hand down upon you, what really exacerbated the situation is that
What y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about Gilbert Arenas' dumb ass? Stupid ass. Dumb ass boy.
You had a game a night or two later against the Philadelphia 76ers. I would know because I was there. And you were joking around, feigning as if you were shooting guns when when the introductions or the warm-ups were taking place. I don't remember exactly what it was. And David Stern went ballistic.
What's up?
It was like somebody like you has no place in this league.
Because
it's not a joking matter to other people. And the reality is
Sandy
that my brother should be a joking matter to you.
So that's a little bit of
y'all hit that like button, y'all nigga. Hit the like button, man. Run my shit up. Run it up. Run my shit up. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up.
Remember, Kwame Brown went viral when he had this take on this podcast talking about Gilbert Arenas being arrested. Let's check out that clip again right here.
I feel so good.
That's my dog right here. That's my
like
dog, Kwame. Hey, y'all run them lights up. Run them up.
Your thick tongue
run the lights up. Run them bitches up. Run them up.
All them they're talking about my mama's son. Shannon Sharp, your thick tongue at 5. Goddamn deal, you in the slammer. You got there, if you run your mouth, see you facing about 15 years, 5 years on each charge, right? But your dumb ass was playing cards with the Israeli mob.
With the Israeli mob, nigga.
You're gonna have to make a decision. You can't snitch.
Y'all run them lights up. Run them lights up.
Say you know chill Gill, so you can't chill. So you gotta fight this one out. You gotta go for what you know. You can't snitch. So the feds gonna put pressure on your look, cause they know you don't want to be in themselves doing the little ditties. Take that. So your dad can't tell on them already. Them motherfuckers got so much money. Hey, I know what your dad gonna do. You gonna tell and have that lady Millie or whatever her fine Millie, you gonna have her cranking up the car and shit. Now, go out there and crank up the car, baby. Oh, punk. If you ain't gonna stand on the front line and crank up the car, you goddamn self, you punk.
What's up?
Here, we know you can't snitch.
What's up, y'all? Hey, appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Thank you for coming in. Stay in here with me, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Man, he was celebrating it. Why? Because like I said, in my full video when I did the breakdown, Gilbert and Kwame has their own little issues or beef, whatever you want to call it. Even when Gilbert Arenas bonded out of jail, he had responded to Kwame Brown as well.
Man, you see, I gotta surround myself.
This guy gotta be the dumbest motherfucker I ever seen in my life, bro.
They can't hold me down. Huh? Hey, Kwame, what did you say? Roxanne, turn on the red light. Huh? Roxanne.
They don't turn on the red light. They gonna turn the red light on your ass. Yeah. They gonna turn the red light on you.
Boy, I see. Hey, boy, you
gonna put a red light on your ass.
Hey, y'all said, boy, the boy on fire over there, man. That boy got all his views off another person. So they go, Roxanne.
Hey, what's it? Hey, Sophie.
You can't entertain, huh?
Hey, Sophie, is you AI? I'm doing a test right now. I'm trying to see something. Sophie, is you AI? Because you keep saying hi. Keep saying said hi. I don't know if these bots or what, but say hi.
Hey, man, I'm happy to get your page.
Say what's up. Say what's up if you're not AI.
Back popping niggas. I just heard you just lost another one. Another one? Oh, come on, man. You gotta know how to maneuver. You know how to get. You can't even get out of YouTube jail. I got out of real jail before you got out of YouTube jail. All you gotta do is hit a button. What's up, chat?
So yeah, guys, expect Gilbert and Kwame to constantly go at each other, but Stephen A. Smith got a little bit serious about it, calling out Kwame Brown for mocking Gilbert Arenas being arrested. Let's check out
he
the
didn't
little
say his name, but he did call him
that Stephen A. Smith said about Kwame Brown live on his podcast. If you stuck around this long already, hit that like button. That really does help my YouTube channel continue to grow, and I really do appreciate that.
Y'all go check out Self
You got a
Talk.
bright future.
Hey, run my shit up too.
And
Run
me
it up.
personally,
Run it up. Run my likes up, man. Hit the
I'm
like
not here to
button.
denigrate or disrespect you.
Shit
I'm
free.
here to tell you because I care. Stop messing around. Stop with the jokes. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you being seen on camera laughing and giggling and smiling like federal charges ain't a big deal. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Y'all fucking with
It's
the
a big
Fed?
deal.
It's a big
And
deal.
I'm spending a day in jail to me. It's serious. You looking for me to get into other people and their personal business? No, I'm not doing that. You looking for me to have a smile on my face like some no good bastards who have podcasts?
But y'all do know that Michelle Obama, yeah, Sophie, I think you AI, Sophie. I think you AI. I think you AI.
Laughing at people's trials and tribulations, wanting them to fail because nothing in your
But at the end of the day, bro, like Stephen A. Smith talking about Kwame Brown, bro, like, hey man, Gilbert Arenas talked about this man deceased mother. Like, we not doing none of that type of shit, bro. We ain't doing nothing like that, bro. We ain't doing that. I'm not talking about nobody mama, nobody kids. I don't even want to talk about another person. But like, what is it for me to talk down about another person? Like it don't service me to talk down about anybody, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why my channel is Indigo Sky and the Karma Cafe. Y'all run the lights up though. But that's why my channel is Indigo Sky and the Karma Cafe. And basically when I say and the Karma Cafe, it's karma and we in the cafe. So yeah.
life is winning. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be that kind of person. To any of the names I mentioned or anybody in the future, I don't enjoy seeing people fall. I want us all to eat. I want us all to live well. I want us all to be successful. I'm not that dude. But I'm telling you,
Sophie.
it's incredibly important that you understand.
Hey Sophie, you a female? Cause I don't know no dude's name, Sophie. I'm testing this because I'm trying to see if this AI doing this on this platform. Yeah, Sophie, check it out. Is you a girl or you're a girl? I hope you're a girl.
This is not a game.
So yeah, chat, that's the shot that Stephen A. Smith took at Kwame Brown. And like I said, man, I know it was at Kwame because we know Stephen A. Smith has been constantly taking shots at Kwame Brown. Every time Kwame goes viral, you will see Stephen A. Smith
H-Time, what up? We got H-Time in the
people he don't like. And I can't say he's talking.
We got H-Time in the mother building, baby. Hey, what's happening? H-Time, you got Jay-Z to the world, baby, or something. I can't see that shit, but yeah.
And about Jason Whitlock.
I have blind.
When I watched Jason Whitlock's video not too long ago about the situation, Whitlock was like making a mockery about the situation or laughing about it, right? So it's not talking about Whitlock. The only person I could think about that went viral talking about Gilbert Arenas being arrested and Shannon Sharp's situation was Kwame Brown, because in that same video, Kwame Brown was calling out Shannon Sharp as well. And we know Stephen A. Smith claims that, he liked Shannon Sharp. So, the only person I could think that he was sneak dissing in that moment was Kwame Brown laughing at Gilbert Arenas being arrested. And like I said, Gilbert and Kwame, they have their own issues or whatever you want to call it, guys. So yeah, guys, get in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts about today's video, man. If you stuck around this long, hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button, man. It really does help these videos get pushed out. I really do appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Catch you guys on the next one, and we out, guys.
All right, y'all, we going to the Petty Show now. We going to the Petty Show. Let's check it out. See what they talking about. They talking about Ari Spears pulls up on Michael J. White. Ari Spears. I seen Ari Spears. Hold on, y'all. I got commercials.
With America's Hardware, with deals as low as $4.99 down on select.
So, hold on, y'all. We're gonna let it play. Ari Spears, bro, got a lot to say because
Name to me rappers who are better than the ones I just said. For me, if I'm going
Jay, what up, Jay? What up, Jay? What up, Jay?
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Really?
Yeah, but he turned in dramatic. He turned in hella dramatic performances.
Has it?
Yeah, boys.
But boys.
Higher learning. Is it
Higher learning? Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. So yeah, I would damn sure take him off that list.
Clear mind. Which means I'm wrong because I'm wrong. But hold on.
Yeah, this way he got his ass. ass whooped.
Aries Spears is really out
I
here.
seen Eric Spears get his ass whooped. Like, I'm talking about, man, that man was punching his head like a punching bag, bro. Like, and I'm talking about the man ain't do nothing, bro. He ain't do a goddamn thing. He got his ass punched all in the face. And yeah, all this motherfucker Eric Spears did, like, imagine you sitting down on a radio show, you talking, and the dude get mad at you and just start wailing on you like, wham. This man ain't swing back nothing. This nigga folded up. This nigga did like that, right? He folded up like a little bitch.
You're threatening to pull up on Michael Jai White, a legit martial artist and action star. That's how far gone he is right now.
Because apparently I'm the poster child for the world's biggest hater.
You
If you
is
look
a
at the
hater,
word
bro.
hate,
You a hater, bro.
it's my picture.
Anybody that said they don't like none of Ice Cube movies, music, or whatever he done as far as rap go, you know what I'm saying? This man started out as a gangster rapper. Now he's like, I don't know how much money. I ain't counting the bad pocket, but I know he's doing really well for himself. You know what I'm saying? And his family.
So this all started when Aries went on yet another rant targeting Ice Cube. He said Cube's overrated, called out his acting, and basically questioned why anyone still considers him a legend. And that alone would have sparked some backlash. But then Michael Jai White decided to speak up. Michael defended Cube and said he...
Bro, the only person I know probably did it as big as Cube from the West Coast in, I would say, music and movies. I gotta say, Tupac. And Tupac didn't even really have a chance to really live his life out. He died early 20s. Dr. Dre, because Dr. Dre done pushed the needle over there in the West Coast. Kendrick just went on an award tour, like a award tour, like with Muhammad, my man. You know what I'm saying? We like, with the hip hop van, nigga, like this nigga Kendrick went on a run, bro. Like, Kendrick run is insane, bro.
Earned his spot and built his own path from music to film. And apparently, Aries didn't like that. Word started spreading that he was telling people Michael should stay in his lane and that he's not afraid to pull up if things get heated. Now let's be real. Aries is
Aries say he's gonna pull up on Michael Jai White, but you know Michael Jai White, boy, that day he don't just look like he could whoop a nigga ass. Michael Jai White could really whip a motherfucker ass out here, bro. Like I'm 6'5". Look, I'm 6'5", and I don't want to play with that nigga. So that's all I'm saying. Like, Michael Jai White is not one of them niggas you want to play with out here.
Michael Jai White is a black belt in multiple martial arts, a trained fighter, and the guy who played Spawn and knocked out Kimbo Slice in a movie and made it look believable. This is not a man you randomly challenge, especially over someone else's name.
Michael Jai White, he has perfect technique.
Now I'm gonna throw 3 jabs. Don't let me hit it. Don't let me hit your hand. You ready? That's 1, 2. Okay, now here's the third one. Don't let me hit it. Ready?
But it looks like Aries still hasn't learned his lesson from that time he got punched in the head during a radio interview.
Look, they whooped his ass. Look, this man balled up. This man did like that. The man get his ass whooped. He did like that right
Ice
up.
Cube anymore. This is about Aries Spears.
I wish a nigga would hit me while we on camera, nigga. We gonna move some. Hey, y'all gonna see a furniture moving business go down if a nigga hit me in a motherfucking interview, bro. I'm just being 100% honest, big dog. You hit me in the interview, I don't give a damn who it is. We fighting, bro. It's going down, my nigga.
Ego, relevance, and what happens when someone feels ignored by the culture and starts swinging at the wrong targets.
And I said, look, man, I'm not a fan of Ice Cube. Musically or theatrically. I'm not a fan.
All right.
And the people he was putting up against Ice Cube, talking about, then the nigga had something to say about Pop, talking about Pop wasn't the best lyricist. Nigga, bruh. I think this nigga might be smoking dope. He either trolling or you a dope fan. Like you got to be, bro. Ain't no fucking way, bro. Ain't no fucking way, big dog.
Before we get into the back and forth with Michael Jai White, here's what you need to know about Aries Spears' one-sided beef with Ice Cube. Aries recently went on Big Boy's Hangout and said Ice Cube is overrated, not just as an actor, but also as a rapper. Aries pointed out that Cube's flow and lyricism don't hold up compared to newer artists, or even some of his contemporaries.
Nah, he's not saying newer artists. I think they meant to say New York artists, because he said something about Jay-Z, Nas, and all that. Bro, them folk Jay-Z and Nas, they cool. They cool. But Nas to me is the better. Nas better than Jay-Z to me, bro. Jay-Z just got more of a business plan, like more of a business acclimate as far as in hip hop. But Nas has done the same thing. Y'all check out the deal he did with Pill Pack. Nas had money in the bank and wanted to invest the money. He invested it in Pill Pack. Pill Pack actually went, I think, when he bought it and when it elevated, I think he put $2 million in it and got 40 million back. And he did something like that with another company, Nas, also. He invested in the company. I think he put 2 million in each company and he got 40 million back off of 2 million, bro. So I'm telling y'all, bro, when y'all get y'all money and y'all investing and stuff like that, don't just let your money sit in the bank. Let your money work for you. Like, let your money do what it do, but don't let it just sit in the bank, because if it's sitting in the bank, it's just sitting in the bank. Let the money work for itself and amplify itself. Gucci Mane. I think Gucci Mane, before he went to jail, I think he gave his girl $2 million. By the time Gucci Mane got out of jail, the girl had, I think her name Keisha. By the time Gucci did his time and got out of jail, she turned that $2 million into $5 million, bro. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, just because you got $1 million, don't get happy and think you just rich out here. Take that $1 million and make that $1 million turn into 10 million. Then you take 5 of that 10, you invest that and make that turn into 20 million. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, don't let no, like, I be talking to people, like some people, I be like, I be telling about Rolexes and stuff like that. Like, they don't understand, bro. If you buy one Rolex, I know, I used to work at the Rolex store. I know a dude bought a Rolex for $7,000. 3 months later, he sold it for $20,000. That's how hard it is to even get a fucking Rolex. They got something called a gray market. If you get your hands on a real, authentic Rolex, you can put it on the gray market and sell it for more than what it's actually worth in the Rolex store. So yeah, y'all, like I say, invest your money, man.
And he also said Cube's acting is basic at best because he always plays the same character in every movie and has no real range. But see, it's not just that.
This man said that Cube ain't got range, bro. Cube been doing movies for over 20 years. Cause I know Friday came out like, damn, Friday came out in 96, 97. Probably was like 96. I think Friday might have came out in 95, 96, something like that. Bro, that man been doing movies for, that's damn near 30 years, bro. That's damn near 30 fucking years this man been doing movies, bro. Come on, big dog.
Aries certifies Cubes as a rapper and actor. He literally said he can't stand him.
Ice Cube is a mother. I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now?
Let me tell you something. Tommy Chunk.
That's a
Tommy
great.
Chunk.
I know Tommy Chunk.
Chunk did a great joke. He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that butt.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did is racist.
It's racist and it's some coke. I'm not going to sit next to you.
That was racism.
He's a lawyer. I checked him, huh? He wasn't even there.
Oh, man.
As a surgeon, give me that scalpel. So I'm cutting that split.
So you don't feel Ice Cube as a lyricist?
Not at all.
But Aries didn't stop there. He also questioned Cube's writing ability.
Bro, Ice Cube wrote damn near for the whole NWA, bro. As a teenager, as a fucking teenager, Ice Cube wrote for the whole NWA bit, dog. Like,
and dissed his hit record, It Was a Good Day. Now, if you're a hip hop fan, you know It Was a Good Day is considered one of the greatest rap songs of all time. But for Aries, the song is so bad it makes him want to shoot the radio.
Come on, boy, you don't think that one of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
One of the biggest songs ever.
Generic Viagra versus
one of the biggest songs ever, man, dog.
Here's what you should know. Generic.
Shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
One of the biggest songs ever.
You a hater bit, dog.
And then Aries also dissed No Vaseline, another certified classic. And when Big Boy told him straight up, he's a hater, especially when it comes to hating on anything West Coast, Aries claimed he has no idea why people consider him a hater.
When people say what's the best diss song, I go straight to No Vaseline.
That's my camera right there, right?
Yeah. I go straight to No Vaseline, Ice Cube. The N-word you love to hate, all with NWA. Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted album, one of the best hip hop albums to me, bro. Oh, really?
No.
Or you're probably more of a hater
Yeah.
than anything.
You more
know what I'm
you
saying?
more
That's
of a hater
why-
than anything.
Yeah, because it,
Now this is classic Aries Spears energy. Stir the pot and then act clueless when people call you out. But in this case, Aries wasn't just talking about music taste. He straight up said he can't stand Cube. So if that's not hating, then what is? Naturally, that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way and definitely got some heads turning. And Ice Cube himself responded and called Aries a sucker during a radio interview.
I saw a comedian speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who's this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he's a
That's
comedian.
cute.
Did you hear what he
That
said?
cute word.
When he said,
He said there was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all impresses him. I'm like, wow, like man.
suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that you know, they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. You know, everybody got their opinion, and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's cool. You know, he entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. You know, I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians. You know what I mean, in the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register.
Now we all know Ice Cube isn't just any rapper turned actor. He's a pioneer who helped open doors for black artists in Hollywood and created opportunities for others. Cube co-wrote and starred in Boys in the Hood production company. He's been behind so many successful films, from Friday to Barbershop and Are We There Yet? He also consistently cast and uplifted black artists, comedians, and actors, from Chris Tucker and Mike Epps to Keke Palmer and Tracy Morgan.
Hey, little fun fact, bro. Barbershop, the first one, that's one of my favorite movies ever. I love that movie, bro. Like, Barbershop is my joint. Yeah, Barbershop is my joint. I used to watch that shit damn near every day.
Cube helped normalize the transition from hip-hop to Hollywood, something that used to be mocked or dismissed, but is now a legitimate blueprint. So Aries stepping up like this felt like more than just an insult to Cube, it was a challenge to that entire legacy. And that's when Michael Jai White got involved. Now, if you know about Michael, you know he usually stays out of internet drama. But this time, he stepped in to defend Ice Cube on Vlad TV and reminded everyone that Cube isn't just any rapper or actor. He's one of the few who built his own lane and can definitely play more than just one type of character.
He feels that a lot of rapper actors have no range. He named 50 Cent.
That's crazy because you say rapper actors have no range, bro. Look at DMX. I mean, you could either look at what's his name, Beanie Siegel. Just Beanie Siegel alone, the state property movie. That shit was, bro. The state property movie was ill. I'm talking about ill. They had Jay-Z in there as a fucking serial killer, bro. Like,
Ice Cube, Common, and DMX. And I mean, you can't really argue.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
bro. Ice Cube.
look at Common. And I can't stand Common. I don't like Common at all, bro. You know what I mean? Lyrically, he's talented, but I can't stand that motherfucker. I actually met this motherfucker. He's some bullshit. But yeah.
Ice Cube, I don't know if I put in that same category.
Well, because you can do comedy.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like these days, well, okay, he does comedy and he does action.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a straight man. He's a great straight man. He's done some really, I mean,
He said he's a straight man. Y'all gotta remember now, Ari Spears played in a skit with Tiffany Haddish. He played as Tiffany Haddish's uncle. And Tiffany Haddish, in the beginning of the skit, she was like, okay, uncle, I'm about to leave and I'm about to go. I don't know if she was going to her job or doing something. And she left her son at home alone with Ari Spears. This weirdo was in a skit looking at a little boy like in a way that you shouldn't look at children. That's all I'm saying. We're gonna leave it at that. We ain't gonna say the word. But you can never, there ain't nothing funny about that. I would never play a part like that. You can't get me to even live my life or even think about playing a part like that. Like I'm looking at children, bro. Like that right there is sick, my nigga. Like you fit in with the Epstein crew. You fit in with the Weinstein crew. You fit in with them.
That's actually
he's
good for
very
me. I didn't think about that. Yeah, he's more known for his comedy role.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood was cool, but he was only known for Friday.
Yeah, but he turned in hella dramatic performances.
Has it?
Yeah, Boys in the
You're right. Yeah, but Boys in the Hood.
Higher Learning? Is it
Higher Learning? Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. So I would damn sure take him off that list.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
And though Vlad kept trying to instigate and was low-key throwing shade at Cube's acting skills, Michael Jai shut that down and said Cube is not any worse than your average Hollywood actor.
Well, I think what Aries is really saying, though, and I think this does kind of pertain to Ice Cube as well, is that when he says range, it's an actor that you forget is the real person.
You want to forget that he's
like a Daniel Day-Lewis will transform into a totally different human being. You forget that Lincoln is actually Daniel Day-Lewis. There's certain actors that, like Leonardo DiCaprio, eating Gilbert Grape.
You happen to be mentioning
the all-time greats.
No. You happen to be mentioning actors who are very eclectic and very, have unusual range. But I'm telling you, the majority of actors play themselves.
Is that you in your case?
No, definitely not me.
You don't feel you play Michael Jai White in most movies?
I very rarely play Michael Jai White. I play myself.
What's the role?
The person that I am right now, you don't usually see in movies.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Yeah, well, more now, but I'm not.
Outlaw Johnny Black, my friend Michael.
I seem just like that character.
More or less.
Okay, that's that.
More or less. I don't believe that. You're playing a tough guy in a Western movie.
Do I seem like a tough guy right now?
I'm gonna tell you, go play with Michael Jai White and come and tell me what happened. Because I'm gonna tell you, first and foremost, it's gonna take a while for you to come back after you play with him, because the lumps or the swelling of your mouth and eyes, you might not be able to tell me. But yeah, let me know now. Let me know.
Michael Jai has the
Go play with
background
Michael
to
Jai
speak
White
on
with that
this.
shit. Go
He's
play
a
with him with
trained
that
martial
shit.
artist, an actor, and someone who's worked with many rapper-turned-actors. He knows the grind it takes to cross over and succeed. However, Aries didn't take it well. Instead of backing off, he started talking about pulling up on Michael. Now Michael didn't respond with threats or drama.
Bro, that man, bro, do you know what he does, bro? Aaron Spears can't pull up on, bro. Aaron Spears probably couldn't pull up on my oldest daughter, on my 19-year-old daughter. My 19-year-old daughter probably beat the fuck out this man, bro.
He kept it calm and said something like, "If you have a problem, you know where to find me." But that's when Aries backtracked a little bit and responded to Michael and Ice Cube calling him a sucker, claiming he simply meant that he's not a fan of Cube and he wasn't trying to disrespect him as a person.
Yo, what up, Boy Aries Spears here. Listen, I want to have a conversation with y'all about a word that I think is so overly used and abused. Hate/hater. Because apparently I'm the poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture. When did we get to a point where unless your opinion, and last time I checked as human beings, we're all allowed.
It ain't nothing wrong with having an opinion, bro, but when your opinion just goes against all of the narratives, it basically makes you look like a fucking hater, bro. That's what you look like, a hater. You don't look like nothing else less than a fucking hater, bro. That's what you look like. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? That's like me saying, it's like me saying, yeah, Michael Jordan, he good, but he didn't win. Well, however many years Jordan played, he didn't win a championship every year. Like, that's easy to say, bro, but this nigga got 3 and 3, bro. Like, back to back to back. Like, if back to back was a person, it would be Michael Jordan.
To opinions. At what point does it get to where, unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater? I don't understand that. Am I not allowed to have an opinion and voice it? If it's not.
Not when you look like they put a raccoon in a microwave and left it in there too long. It doesn't register. It doesn't register on the registry. Like, yeah, this nigga look like they put a raccoon in a microwave.
In the direction of everybody else. Recently, I was on Glad TV and I did an interview, and we were talking about hip hop and rappers, and Ice Cube came up, and I said,
he looked like a raccoon that got trapped in a house fire.
Look, man, I'm not a fan of Ice Cube, musically or theatrically. I'm not a fan. And somebody sent me a clip where Ice Cube responded. He was on a radio show, the dude played him the snippet, and the first thing Ice Cube says is, well, most suckers don't like me. Then he goes on to say, I never heard of this dude.
So at the end of the day, bro, if somebody talking trash about you, bro, you got the right to defend yourself and how you feel about them. Like I hate when it's like people say, oh, I have an opinion. Okay, you got an opinion. I got an opinion too, bro. Like, so opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. You dig? So when you talking shit, nigga, I'm gonna talk shit back. What the fuck you think you talking to? The fuck? Who you think you talking to, dog?
Finishes by saying, well, at least that's not funny. Well, you can't have it both ways. If you don't know who I am, how do you know if I'm funny or not? So you can't have it both ways. And for the record, I respect.
This man might have seen a little. Bro, I mean, we're not gonna say Aries Spears. Nobody knows who Aries Spears is. But what we will say is, bro, you ain't that nigga like that, bro. Like, you ain't no Cat Williams. You ain't no Chris Rock funnier than you. I mean, not Chris Rock. Yeah, Chris Rock is funnier than him, but Chris Tucker funnier than you, bro. And Chris Tucker is a Christian comedian at this point, bro. Chris Tucker be running around with presidents and shit on Epstein Island, allegedly. Allegedly.
The man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers. So hats off to him for that. I just said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. I never attacked him as a man. I never attacked him in terms of his character. I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. Why am I not allowed to feel that way? Why is that?
Because that's some bullshit. Anybody that feel that way, bro, you a hater, bro. Bro, you know how many movies this nigga Q done came out with, bro? This man came out with serious movies, comedies, family movies. Like, bro, you can't, goddamn, bro. What other movie, like, what you want a man to come out with a sci-fi movie or some shit and show you that he could do sci-fi too, dog? You sound like an idiot, dog.
And then secondly, it's always funny, people call me a hater because they love to highlight when I say I don't like something as though I don't have enough for anything. Listen, I'm a fan of basketball. Just not a big LeBron fan. I respect him, but I'm not.
Okay, well, you don't like LeBron. It's a billion people out here that do. That'll go against you, nigga. There's a lot of people that don't like LeBron, but it's a lot of people that, guess what? They'll be like, bro, we don't fuck with LeBron. A handful, but it's a lot that they fuck with LeBron.
I'm a fan. I love Jordan. I love Magic. I love Bird. I love D-Wade. So how come that never gets highlighted? When it comes to rap music, yes, I'm not a fan of Ice Cube. I love Jay-Z. I love Nas. I love Jadakiss. I love Snoop. How come that don't get highlighted? When it comes to boxing, I'm a huge boxing fan. I'm not a Floyd Mayweather fan, but I love Mike Tyson. I worshiped Ali. I love Roy Jones, who I know, and Roy's a fan of mine. So again, because I might not like...
So you name dropping like, oh, Roy Jones is a fan of yours. Okay, who gives a fuck, nigga? Roy Jones like you, nigga. Roy Jones like got hit maybe 1,000 times in his head, bro. Like he might actually think that trash you saying is fucking funny.
Something or someone.
Bitch ass nigga.
Why is it hate instead of an opinion? A subjective opinion. Is that how moist we've become as a generation? That we can't not like something? That's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
But again, Aries said he can't stand Cube, so it wasn't just about his personal taste in music. And here's another thing that a lot of people gloss over. Michael Jai White's defense of Cube hits harder when you consider Aries' past. He's not...
We gotta run that back, y'all. We gotta run that back. So check it out.
White's defense of Cube hits hard.
I was telling y'all about this earlier. This about the skit. They're gonna talk about this skit that this man did with these children. So we're gonna check it out. She gonna explain it. I already explained it earlier, but yeah.
When you consider Aries' past, he's not just a messy comedian. He's someone whose history includes serious allegations. Back in 2022, Aries and Tiffany Haddish were sued for allegedly forcing a young brother and sister into performing suggestive acts for a comedy skit titled Through a PDF File's Eyes. The lawsuit claimed the brother and sister were victimized during the filming, and the skit was later removed from the Funny or Die platform, with the company calling it disgusting and stating they had no involvement in its production. Now both Aries and Tiffany denied the allegations, with their representatives calling the lawsuit a shakedown. Tiffany later apologized and said she regrets participating in the skit. However, Aries never apologized, and he actually doubled down and defended the disgusting skit.
An extortion case. This is a shakedown, and I didn't need my lawyer to tell me this, to say this, but you know, I'm going to echo her words. We won't be shaken down, and believe me, it's bothering me not to talk about the skit, because Annie and I have been talking about it, and there's some very valid things I feel like I have to say or want to say, but just can't at this time. You know, I'm not deleting any of my old posts. You know, and I would love to address it head on. Tony Montana, Scarface, balcony scene, shooting 1,000 Colombians. But I can't. I just can't, and it's paining me to do so because I'm a fighter. I'm not a runner. And my character's being assassinated.
Bro, you ain't got no character.
Premier protein is my secret weapon.
If you doing skits like that, you don't got a character in my
30 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar, and it tastes just like.
And my character's being assassinated.
But if you watch that skit, you know there was nothing funny or deep about it. It was sick and disturbing. The intent doesn't matter when the result is more or less the same. Whether the family of the victims was after money doesn't change that. An actual crime under the pretense of comedy is still a crime. So you've got Aries Spears on one side with all these shady allegations and weird behavior, and then Michael Jai White, known for his discipline and respect in the industry. Michael has never been accused of anything inappropriate, and you know that's rare in Hollywood, especially a man who's been in the industry for decades. This is probably why Michael Jai is so overlooked. Authentic for Hollywood. And it's actually the same with Ice Cube. As of now, Cube has no weird allegations or anything remotely similar to what Aries and Tiffany Haddish did. Cube's name has never been tied to the Me Too movement or any criminal investigations. There are no ex-partners, co-stars, or colleagues who've come forward with stories of treatment or inappropriate behavior. Cube's been married to his wife Kimberly since 1992, so as of now, that's a solid 33 years together. And that's what makes Aries disrespecting Cube even more ironic. Cube spent over 3 decades building not just a legacy in music and film, but a stable, scandal-free personal life. Meanwhile, Aries has been more known for burning bridges than building anything lasting. Plus, he has some really weird allegations attached to him. Unlike Ice Cube, Aries hasn't created any work that fundamentally shifted culture or opened doors for others. Yeah, he's skilled in impressions, but he's not known as a cultural innovator or activist. To put it simply, Aries doesn't have the legacy, influence, or platform to criticize Ice Cube. But here's the wildest part in all this. Aries is still not backing down. It's just been confirmed he's planning to drop an entire comedy special targeting Ice Cube, Michael Jai White, and everyone else who called.
That's not gonna go nowhere. That's some bullshit. All right, y'all, we going still on the
communication with Banks for a long period of time, right?
All right, so we got a little bit of rumblings going between Lloyd Banks and 50 Cent. Still on the Petty Show. Y'all go check the Petty Show out.
Can he tell you, like, at any point when you speak to him, what a problem? I put him like where I put Marquise.
You and Banks are not hanging out at the strip club.
50 Cent takes some responsibility for Lloyd Banks for Tony Ayo.
What responsibility? Like the parent?
You're the leader.
What responsibility am I taking from? Like, tell me, explain to me.
That you didn't encourage them to be independent.
Nah, that's not true.
Lloyd Banks is finally speaking out on what happened between him and 50 Cent. And this time, he's directly addressing the years of disrespect, the lies, and the way 50's been rewriting their history. G-Unit was one of the strongest movements in hip-hop when it dropped, and 50 was the face.
G-Unit was
Of course, but Banks brought the bars. His voice, delivery, and lyricism gave the crew real weight. And they were brothers, or that's what we thought. But after the fame hit, something changed. 50 started taking shots at Banks in interviews, calling him lazy, saying he didn't want success bad enough. He even clowned him in his book, talking like Banks just gave up on himself. And at the time, Banks stayed quiet. There were no social media rants, no clapbacks, until now. In a recent interview, Banks finally spoke on everything, and it's clear he 50 controlled the narrative and around during the toughest parts of his life, and that the lazy label wasn't just wrong, it was foul. And maybe the most messed up part is that Banks was still putting in work this whole time, just not in the way 50 expected. Of course, 50 being 50, he didn't take that lightly. He fired right back and threw shade at Lloyd.
I mean, I can understand 50 as a mogul at this point. 50 came in as a rapper and elevated him to.
So what really happened? How did the G-Unit bond get this toxic? And who's really telling the truth here? 50 or Lloyd? Let's get into it.
The guy has Lazy Lloyd tattooed on his arm. He literally has laziness on his sleeve. He's always projected a mixture of being both introverted and cocky at the same time.
For years, Lloyd Banks kept his mouth shut about his fallout with 50 Cent. However, After
I definitely want to hear about this.
50 recently took a shot at him completely unprovoked, Lloyd decided to set the record straight. During a recent stop on his tour, 50 Cent name-dropped Lloyd and Young Buck in a behind-the-scenes video posted on Instagram, and it sounded like he was throwing shade at Lloyd's lack of success. And see, this is the main difference between 50 and Lloyd. Lloyd doesn't do social media. He doesn't get petty in interviews or throws random jobs at 50. However, he was recently asked about relationship with 50 in a rare interview, and he finally addressed everything. The rumors, the disrespect, the lazy narrative 50's been pushing for a decade. And you could tell he wasn't just airing out old beef. This was personal. Banks said straight up, he wasn't lazy, he was grieving. Around the time 50 was calling him unmotivated, Banks had just lost his father. He was going through real life stuff, and instead of support, he got thrown under the bus publicly. And not just once, repeatedly. Interviews, books, memes. 50 made it a whole campaign.
If that's so, Banks' temperament was definitely a little crazy. I'm not saying anything here that I haven't said to Banks directly. Another time I sat down with him, just when IG was starting to pop off, and tried to drop this gem on him. You gotta get on Instagram, I encourage you. You can be a little awkward in person, so this is actually a better way for you to communicate with people. Now,
With the YouTube Music app, you can blend up to 30 artists into one big custom radio station, which means
a little awkward in person. So this is actually a better way for you to communicate with people. Nah, I don't want to do what he said. Why not? You can literally put punchlines under your pictures, make some new fans. Nah, that's corny, he told me. When Banks made that comment to me, I realized he had gone as far as he can go. In fact, my exact thought was, this is someone I can't invest another minute or dollar in.
And while 50 acknowledged that Lloyd is a decent lyricist, he said Lloyd simply doesn't have the natural charisma or the work ethic to be a star.
He's a very good lyricist. Among what are known as the punchline rappers who will end their bars with a funny or tongue-in-cheek line. Banks like to call himself the PLK or Punchline King. I don't know if he's the king, but I'll give it to him that he's in the conversation. He is not, however, a great live performer. Or personality. So if he doesn't check those three boxes, how is he going to get bigger and become the star in real life?
However, according to Banks, 50 was never there for him like that. Not during the low points and when it really mattered. And that hit deeper than any diss track. Lloyd also pushed back on the idea that he fell off. Since 2021, Banks has dropped 3 full albums, the core of the Inevitable series. Yeah, there were no radio singles and no major label push, but it was raw bars and consistency. And if you've been paying attention, Banks never stopped rapping. He just stopped playing the industry game. And that's the root of it all. Banks is not the kind of artist 50 wanted him to be. He's not flashy, not obsessed with visibility, and definitely not about chasing viral moments. He's a rapper's rapper, focused on the craft, not the clout. However, that's also what made 50 turn on him in the first place. Because in the 50s world, if you're not helping the empire grow, you're dead weight. And Banks, he wasn't trying to be a soldier anymore. Now, to give you some context on how this all started, Banks, 50, and Tony Yayo came up together in South Jamaica, Queens. These weren't industry-made relationships. They were neighborhood kids trying to make it out, using music as their way. When 50 blew up with Get Die Trying, he brought his people with him. And G-Unit wasn't just the crew, it was a brand and a lifestyle. And Banks was the standout when it came to bars. 50 had the hooks and the charisma, but Banks had that cold delivery and sharp wordplay, and fans respected him for it. His mixtape work was legendary. Money in the Bank, the Cold Corner series, all that. Then in 2004, he dropped The Hunger for More. That album went platinum in less than a month. On Fire was a hit. Karma, I'm So Fly, all classic Banks. At that point, it looked like the whole G-Unit empire was rising together. You had 50 running the charts, Banks solidifying himself as a serious MC, Yayo doing his thing, and later on, Young Buck and Game. They were everywhere. Music, clothing, Reebok deals, video games. The chemistry looked unshakable. And Banks wasn't just riding the wave, he was helping build it. His voice and energy helped shape the sound. Even 50 would admit early on that Banks was one of the best pure rappers in the crew. But fame complicates everything, and as the years went on, cracks started to show. Buck got kicked out. Game went rogue. G-Unit as a group started to lose steam. And through all that, Banks started pulling back. Now we all know Banks was never the loudest in the room, but now he was barely in the room at all. And the fallout wasn't loud or messy, but the distance between 50 and Banks was clear to see. After the early G-Unit wave, things started to shift, and the energy wasn't the same. The group stopped moving like a tight unit and started looking more like individual acts sharing a brand. And according to 50, so much mess happened between all of them that there's zero chance G-Unit will ever reunite. What happened is that Banks started pulling back from the spotlight, stopped doing press, and wasn't showing up at 50's events. And to fans, it looked like he just didn't care anymore. But behind the scenes, things were more complicated. Meanwhile, 50 started doing interviews where he threw light shade at Banks and was still pushing this lazy narrative. 50 claimed he did everything in his power to push Lloyd, but wasn't hungry enough, didn't want to evolve, and didn't understand the business side of the game.
I haven't had communication with Banks for a long period of time, right? He couldn't tell you, like, at any point when you speak to him, what the problem is. I put him, like, where I put Marquise.
You and Banks are not hanging out at the strip club.
No, he goes, though.
But you don't go.
No, I don't see him. We went to Atlantic City. It was it was a showcase. Expect a show to have tonight. We see you at the show tonight. And I go, they expect a show. Like, I was like, yo, call all of them, tell them to come here. When I asked Banks, like, when you go to perform your show, you don't do this song. This is the hardest record on your album. And he's like why? Because you want to? I looked at it and I was like trying to understand where he was coming from. He had been on my last record. He's like, I ain't been on your record, this and that. And I was like, so what? You don't have to be on none of my records. Like, me being on your record is the thing. I put you on a record with Eminem on my first album, folks. Nobody even knows you. We were anticipating success. Damn, son. Successes we actually had. And it would have been sufficient if we had half the success.
In one interview, 50 said Banks had the talent but no hustle. And he also criticized him for refusing to go on social media. But see, Banks wanted to stay quiet. That's just his personality. Keeping to himself and working in the background. He wasn't into the industry politics, and he didn't care about...
Banks was hard, though. I ain't gonna lie. Banks was hard, but, like, I mean, I feel like 50 is right in his correction of his career, because basically, if you think about it, bro, Banks should be one of the great just coming out of G Unit. Everybody at G Unit really was tough, dog. Even Buck with his goddamn Fruity Loop looking at, yeah, Buck was tight too. But Young Buck, man, that shit, the Young Buck crazy. Let me see if I can find some on the Young Buck.
Playing the visibility game. And to some fans, that made him want to grow. Basically, he painted him as a talented but wasted opportunity. Someone who could have been huge but let it all slip.
Banks was around 14 years old when Biggie and Pac were both popping. So that makes sense that they still resonate with him so deeply. I can relate. I still love the music from when I was that age too. The difference is I haven't patterned my career after KRS-One and Coogee Rap. What would be the point of that? They were both incredible in their moment. But I've always been...
I got commercials. Give me a second, y'all. I ain't got premium. But yeah, I can say.
Feed the whole crew with 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for just $6.99 each from Domino's.
But I've always been concerned about creating my own moment rather than copying theirs. Around for a while and see how he moves. Maybe something he says or does will create a spark, go viral, and then he'll have some heat around him again. What I didn't want him to do was sit there writing punchline after punchline and then grow resentful when no one seemed to care about his mixtapes anymore. They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Before adding Biggie and Pac didn't do that shit. They're dead, my man, I told him. They died before this stuff was even invented. And how do you know they wouldn't be posting on IG if they were alive? It was a line of thinking that really blew my mind. It suggested that if Tupac was alive, he'd still be wearing leather vests and red bandanas tied around his head, sending girls his beeper number. Or that Biggie would still be wearing Gucci sweaters and playing Mortal Kombat 2 every night. In Banks' case, a lot of his failure to grow as an artist is connected to his emotional composition. Banks grew up in the same neighborhood as me, but was never a part of it in the same way. I actually hustled with his father. Banks was more content staying on his porch and watching the world from there. There's nothing wrong with that, but it underscored the aspect of his personality. Banks wanted things as opposed to going out and getting them. That's not me trying to assassinate his character. The guy has Lazy Lloyd tattooed on his arm. He literally wears his laziness.
Lazy, he got a tattoo saying Lazy Lloyd. Wow. From just watching this video, it seemed like 50, he's not hating on this man. Basically, 50 just want to just point him in the right direction and elevate this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because, 50 one of them people, bro, that he like to push the line. And you could tell, even in his pettiness, like how he loves to push the line. The stuff with Lil Meech and his dad and all this other stuff. He pushing the line. He like, bro, like, y'all could do much better than what y'all doing, bro. Like, fuck with me and I'm gonna make it work for you. But hey, I guess they don't want to work.
Honestly, he's always projected an unhelpful mixture of being both introverted and cocky at the same time. The kind of person most comfortable being a big fish in a small pond. If Banks was hanging out in the studio with a bunch of unknown MCs, he'd be very confident. He'd enjoy being the center of attention. But if I suddenly showed up, son, he'd feel like he got demoted. He'd be bitter. He didn't feel like the center of attention anymore. I get it. I can take up a lot of the air in the room. The problem is that he'd like to get some of that oxygen back, which is exactly what a star is supposed to do. I believe a true star must possess 4 fundamental abilities: create great material, be a high-energy live performer, have a unique appearance, and possess a strong personality. Had all 4. So does Mary J. Blige, Chris Brown too. If I'm being honest and evaluating Banks, he possesses maybe one of those qualities.
This book was the first time 50 publicly put that much distance between himself and Banks. And while Banks said nothing publicly, fans think he did address the fallout on his song, Stranger Things. And this is exactly what Lloyd and 50 disagree on. Lloyd is in the perfect spot, and for him, being super famous doesn't mean you're successful. Instead, being able to do something you love and provide for your family is success. Plus, Lloyd already acknowledged the fact that he was lazy the moment he got the Lazy Lloyd tattoo. And he's even acknowledged it in interviews, where 50 has said that about him.
But when we came to that room, we talked about, I think I irritated him earlier, playing with Gontour. Yeah. With MO and them, because I look.
Is that true? So Lloyd doesn't deny that he's a laid-back type of guy, but it's not just about being lazy. Lloyd simply doesn't want to be part of all the other mess that comes with being an artist. He wants to make music and let it speak for itself. However, 50 saw it as a lack of ambition. But there's another issue here. 50's made it clear that loyalty is his #1 rule, and anyone who steps out of line gets cut off quick. In fact, 50 said in his book that he'd rather be held at gunpoint than be betrayed.
I'd rather be robbed at gunpoint than be betrayed. Not that I suggest you try it. At least getting robbed is exciting. There's an undeniable rush when somebody pulls out their piece and growls, "Get on the fucking floor." Once it's over, provided you don't get shot, you can go tell your friend, "Yo, they just stuck me up." Your pockets might be lighter, but you'll be much stronger overall, having survived the experience. Getting betrayed is different. You don't get a great war story out of it. I've never heard anyone get hyped telling their friends, "Yo, you won't believe this, but I just got backstabbed by my mans." There are no stripes earned for that shit. When you open yourself up to someone, either financially or emotionally, and they go left on you, it's a different kind of pain. Even more dramatic than a stick-up kid physically taking something from you. Like Malcolm X said, to me, the thing that is worse than death is betrayal. You see, I can conceive death, but I cannot conceive betrayal.
And the way 50 explained this, he basically feels that he gives his all to his people, and is even ready to put his life on the line for them. So when these same people stab him in the back for 50, that's worse than death.
Crazy.
My first time charting as a solo artist. But so to me,
50, that's worse than death.
Because I find betrayal so painful, I put incredible thought and consideration into the people who surround me. As I detailed in this chapter, when I was first coming up, I made a mistake of confusing loyalty and location. It's a miscalculation a lot of people make. One, to believe that just because someone is from the same streets as you, that they're gonna have your back forever. I learned the hard way that that's not the case. I think everyone's a little afraid of being too trustful, but I'm definitely worse than most. In my life, I feel like I've been betrayed by people I deserve better from. People I've given money to, opportunities to, love to, even life to. Because of that, for a long time, the only thing I had faith in was money. I only trusted the paper that says, "In God we trust." This is one of the reasons the theme of betrayal is so prominent in my show Power. It's an issue that's always on my mind, so much so that I even called the last season the final betrayal.
So it's not just Lloyd Banks. 50 sees betrayal as an unforgivable crime, no matter who it is. I mean, this is the man who cut off his own son Marquise because he felt he wasn't loyal enough.
Well, actually, your son wants to sit down with you.
No, he doesn't. See, Charlamagne, you would call me. You don't call TMZ to say you want to sit down. Think about it, man. You know, you want some attention. And it's okay, you can have as much of that as you want. You know, it's just like he's been trained to believe that you seen him say in that interview, that what he was saying, he's been trained to believe that for a long time, bro. Like, you don't just wake up and say, oh, well, I don't believe what I've been believing forever.
But never be open to it?
No, I don't think the relationship works. I'm not, look, for a long time, Tony, I went running behind him. I went places that he went, and he left the place.
So if he is ready to deny his own flesh and blood over perceived disloyalty, you know his friends don't stand a chance either. Take Tony Yayo, another OGG unit member. For years, Yayo was 50's right-hand man, but even Yayo wasn't immune. When rumors of disloyalty popped up, whether real or blown out of proportion, 50 didn't hesitate to call him out publicly.
Yo, if you don't do it, like if I don't give him something, then he wanted murder, and he's gonna go back to doing what we did. You remember saying that to me? You don't remember saying that? Yeah, tell him, you be telling Vlad or cut. I don't want to get into all that. Look better than Vlad. You think you tell me the fuck up? Now you don't even look like the same dude you know Vlad stories. There's real shit coming out.
And then there's young Buck. Buck was a huge part of G-Unit's success in the early 2000s, but the moment 50 smelled disloyalty, he kicked him out in public in a dramatic way.
And Buck, I think that's over. I think that's done, but... What do you mean? I think his career is finished. You know what I'm saying? And it's because, like, his temperament, he won't actually get himself... Like, right now he's in jail, but knowing who he is from the entire time that he's been around, I don't think he has what it takes to recover from... You know, like, it takes discipline at that point. Because it's when people begin to want to give you resistance. Hip-hop coaches out with all of you.
Even The Game, who was once the hottest G-Unit signee, got the same treatment, and you already know 50 and Game's falling out was legendary. That's why when 50 saw that reunion photo of Lloyd Banks and Game, it was the final nail in the coffin. 50 wrote in a since-deleted post, "What do you see when you look at this picture? I see confusion. I'm not sure if it's just me. I'm a cancer-ish, don't get old with me. I never asked for trouble, but I really don't have a problem with it. I'm different. The question isn't how I feel, but how does Lodi Mac feel about it? Some ish is just better off left alone."
Look like they're trying to throw me on Whack 100 and them, y'all. Probably the last one.
Okay, so you caught a couple of juvenile cases along the way.
My whole record was violence. In there, you just really don't understand how that ends.
We don't fuck with, listen, dog. Listen, the only police we fuck with is the criminal police, that's power rules and crips, as gang members, that niggas don't know they gang members. We fuck with them police, them the hoes.
Yeah.
They do everything we need them to do. It's a lot of them out here, you know, they'll pull a nigga over and taking what we need, taking that. Them the police we fuck with. So we fuck with police.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. Porky has really outdone himself this time. Reggie Wright and John over at Bomb First tried to help him, but somehow he still managed to throw himself under the bus. Just like every other time, we've caught Porky in another lie, and this time, it's serious. Today, we're about to prove that he really did go to jail. He really was picked up and brought in for questioning. Now, if you know Porky like we do, then you already know. He lies so much. We can't just focus on just this one. Before we even get into the jail story, we have to touch on some of the other lies he's told recently. I won't take too long on it, but let's go back to that story he told about being CK Wack and how that persona supposedly came to life in Soledad.
And I went to reception, and they put me in cell with a G homie named Baby Wayne from Billistown Power Room. And I think at that point is when my penitentiary training started. You know, because he had been to prison 2-3 times. The good thing about Baby Wayne was a knockout artist. And when you're a young Power Room in the cell with a G homie, you're gonna fight at least 3-4 times a week. You know, he kind of got me stronger with my push-up game, my physical game, and he made me squab with him every day, almost. So by the time I left there, I hit Soledad. And Soledad was really...
You a solid liar.
That was the birth of CK Wack. When I hit that yard.
CK stands for
Crip Killer. See, I was Lil Wack. From there, I went to CK Wack.
According to Porky, he left Delano State Prison and was transferred to Soledad. And that's where the name CK Wack was born. The only problem with that is that in a separate interview from 8 years ago, Porky said he went straight to Soledad when he first hit the penitentiary at 16 years old.
Where the trucking business came from, you know, I went to the pen side, you know, I was the first juvenile to actually go to California State Penitentiary at 6.
So he shot somebody with a BB gun and say he went to Soledad. I don't know anybody shooting anybody with a BB gun going to Soledad, bro.
16. Now you could throw it down. I went through that. So at 16, I'm in Soledad. So at 16 State Penitentiary. So from 16 to 22, I run through like 7 different prisons.
You're 19 years old? You get out?
Yeah, I'm like 19. I do probably like 2.5, 3 years of
blatant lies, bro. Blatant lies. Like, I mean, just a blatant liar, bro.
Oh my God! Solitary confinement time, you know. I do probably like 2.5, 3 years of solitary confinement time, you know.
Porky just claimed he was the first minor in the California prison system, being sent to Soledad at just 16 years old. But now, listen to this old interview with Vlad. In this one, Porky clearly says he went to Delano at 16, and that Delano was his first prison. So, which one is it? Soledad or Delano?
The prison bus came to Central Juvenile Hall, pulled into Central Juvenile Hall when they left LA County Jail and picked me up from Central Juvenile Hall and took me straight to Delano State Penitentiary.
Now you see right here, look, let me show you. The first one, it was admitted offender with new AOJ, that's adult offender juvenile, okay?
So this is your first entrance into the system.
That's your first entrance into the system. He went to North Kern State Prison, NKSP. Now you got, cause see, he likes to play games. So you gotta understand, North Kern State Prison is Delano, okay? That's old Delano. They have a new Delano, which is a level 4, okay?
The prison bus came to Central Juvenile Hall, pulled into Central Juvenile Hall when they left LA County Jail and picked me up from Central Juvenile Hall and took me straight to Delano State Penitentiary.
He'll try to say, I went to Delano to make you think he's been a higher level than he been. He was at reception, right? Then, the next prison he went to was SADF, Substance Abuse Treatment Facility, which is the level 2, okay? That's where he paroled from.
I thought Porky said he was 16 years old at Soledad. I thought he said he went to Soledad after he left Delano. See all the lies you have to sift through when dealing with this guy?
He didn't go to 9 prisons like he alleges, okay? He got paroled. If you see, he got to prison on 131.95. He paroled 4/1/98. He got paroled. If you see, he got to prison on 131.95. He paroled 4/1/98. 95 to 98 is 3 years. I don't give a fuck what kind of arithmetic you try to use with it.
Porky got to Delano in 1995 when he was 18 years old. He paroled in 1998 at 21. That timeline makes one thing crystal clear. It was impossible for him to be at Soledad at 16.
Impossible.
If Porky never went to Soledad, then there was never a birth of C.K. Wack.
It wasn't no.
The whole story was built on a lie. Just another chapter in Porky's book of fiction.
Okay? But this is the kind of fraudulent dude that is out here on this internet trying to, you know what I'm saying, pretend to be somebody and something that he's not. You see what I'm saying? Go to the next one. It say return from parole, re-entry 3, which means the county jail. He never went back to the prison. You see what I'm saying? He was in the county jail from 6/2 to 7/25 of 98. Okay? He returned to parole. Then 3 days after Christmas in 1998, same year, he got another return from parole, re-entry 3. He went to the county jail. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
We got this.
You see what I'm saying? He was returned to parole. Then he discharged on 2/25/2002 from Region 3. Discharged from sentence. Okay? All that talk about he was in there for all this shooting and attempted murders and all of this shit. This motherfucker got one charge of 245 PC A2, okay? Which is assault with a firearm, okay?
So as you just saw, Porky never set foot in Soledad. So all that talk about Soledad was just another lie. There was never a birth of C.K. Wack. That entire story was completely fabricated. Then there's the claim about spending 2 to 3 years in solitary confinement. Lie. Being the first minor in the California prison system. Lie. Being 16 years old at Soledad. Lie. That's 5 lies in one story. Back to back. But this is what Porky does. Now let me show you guys how Porky fell on his own sword. You won't find this next clip on YouTube anymore, because Porky had Cheeseburger Chuck take it down.
Hey, Big Chuck, we just want to talk about when you gonna bring the audio from being talking to them people. We want to know what he said. We can clear all this stuff. Who's that, son? That's Deuce. Yo, why is PCK always talking to me? We in the streets. We in this, I got nothing to talk about. Every time we does this, it's a PC mode.
Always notice how Porky reacts when Deuce questions him. He can't stand it. He cuts him off, yells over him, or accuses him of PCing for talking to him on a social platform. But when it comes to DZ from SBGB TV, it's a whole different story.
Give him all the content.
Porky gives him content and plays along.
What's up, homie?
Okay, yeah, as long as it's black on here, because somebody else is not doing that.
Listen, I'm not doing that. Listen to me. Hey, listen to me. It's real shit, right? We always know what we're doing, right? We always know what we're doing. And believe it or not, right? We are the most supported people of our people on the internet, right? It's a lot we can do. Remember, I'm an industry guy. I'm tied in the labels. I'm tied in the YouTube, right? So what I'm telling you, brother, is like, I called in to you intentionally because I saw you was built. I didn't have to do that. People pay me to do that. I did it. I did it. Let me call in and give them the content. We always know what we're doing. And I'm saying that to say this. At some point, bro, you earn your content, but you gotta have some type of reserve when you're running it. Because remember, it's our content. You get what I'm saying? And then, okay, so doing these type of things, right? There's certain things that, especially when it comes to me as a public figure, right? I own me. You're right. I haven't given you a verbal or signed anything, right? So what I'm saying is, as a brother, when I'm talking as a brother, fuck to people. When a brother is calling in to help you, because I'm giving you. You notice the content I gave you. You've been able to chop that shit up and run with it for about a month now, a couple weeks. A month. Right, at least, right? But it gotta come to some point, bro, to where it's just not like an attack thing. Because then at that point in time, listen to me, you as a brother, I'm a businessman, right? At that point in time, just from friend to foe. I called in as a friend.
Craziest thing about it, before I got on YouTube, they was talking smack about I think Whack on there before I just got on the internet. It was going
on.
on.
The war back and forth was, I chose to stay on the phone. I know, I've been doing this social media shit forever. I know what I'm doing. If I don't fuck with you, I'll never say a word to you. I won't even utter your name. If you see a lot of people, I ignore them. I won't say their name, because the minute I say something to them, I have a conversation with them. It helps them. You get what I'm saying? I know that. I know what I'm doing. If I don't fuck with you, I'll never say a word to you. I won't even utter your name. If you see a lot of people, I ignore them. I won't say their name, because the minute I say something to them, I have a conversation with them. It helps them. You get what I'm saying? I know that. So I'm telling you, brother to brother, run your content, especially gave you content.
Listen, me and you have nothing to talk about the establishment. Chuck, this is what you call a PC move. Bro, stop talking. Why you keep moving the people? Leave our shit in the street.
Style and substance in the GMC Sierra. Or get you.
Why you keep moving the people? Leave our shit in the street. Listen, every time you do this, you saying fuck your neighborhood because you on some PC shit. It's in the street, bro. Leave it where it's at. Means you don't talk like this. We leave it in the street, in the darkness. Why is it everywhere?
Not in the street. Stop it. I just left though. You ain't in the power rooms. You ain't in Gonzalez. You don't hang in the parts in the garages. Remember? Weird ass things.
I know.
Stop faking. Yeah, stop faking.
You making Fruit Town real look bad right now.
I'm one of the greatest things that ever came from that. For the 30s, bro.
All Fruit Town Realms.
Check it out.
Y'all know when it's street business and it's up to the disrespect level.
I'm about to tap out for a second. I will definitely be back. I might come right back, but I'm definitely gonna be back like an asthma attack. Y'all, thank y'all for kicking me in the Karma Cafe. Like I said, I'll probably be right back. Trying to get a couple things going in the background. Once I get that, I'm gonna be right back on trying to figure out something new I can tap into, and I will holler at y'all. Peace. One. Hey, shout out to everybody. Thank you. Like, subscribe, share.